We are. Where are all those people who are complaining about the length of ODI matches? I mean, this was such a short innings, we didn't have time to have our chai. I'm having to have it on the show with you guys. Literally had to run out there, get the chai, and then you come back and see, oh, there's only 4 more runs.
We didn't even have time to do our other stories also. Shane, looking at the nature of Shane had warned me of one video, it's almost innings, and I said, what? Okay. Then before we could think of any other videos that we had to do, we realized that the match itself is over.
Yeah, never mind innings.
Yeah.
Second innings was also done. Just for context, this match lasted a grand total of 37 overs. In T20I standards, that is a thrashing. In ODI standards, that's a mauling.
And this match lasted for 3 hours and 58 minutes. If you have to look at it, even a T20I takes 4.5 hours.
Correct.
That's how short it was. And if you look at the entire match, I mean, India batted out 26 overs. 26 overs means you have played about 156 deliveries plus 11. You have just played out 222 balls in the entire match.
Exactly. You normally have 240 in a standard T20, eh? Just saying.
It is woeful. It is really, really woeful. So I'm struggling to even figure out what happened, because see, 118, a miracle of miracles would have been that, okay, perhaps 105 could be repeated after 9 years, but no.
Australia made sure that's not going to be the case, because they decided, okay, let's prove that this pitch had absolutely no demons.
Exactly.
And let's go out there, play our game, ensure that rain is not even a factor.
Exactly.
Not a factor.
And even the floodlights are starting to take full effect now.
Yeah.
Now
the match is done.
The match is done.
The floodlights will be in full effect for the presentation ceremony.
Yep. Vizag is going to save up on a lot of electricity bills, because they are not going to be utilizing the floodlights inside the power play. It will be very interesting to see what Rohit Sharma will say about this. Apart from the usual bad day, our batters didn't step up and all those things.
And our bowlers didn't step up and our fielders didn't
step up. The bowlers
step up.
didn't have a choice. They were not even in the game. Because Australia have won by 10 wickets, and remember, the last time they had beaten India, it was also by 10 wickets in Mumbai, by the way, in 2020. So Australia, if they lose badly. In India, if they win, they win handsomely in
India.
Oh boy. And where the tone was set by Mitchell Marsh.
Yeah.
28 ball 50, he ended up with 68, and Travis Head hitting 50 off just 29 balls. It was so one-sided that Kuldeep Yadav had to bowl 115 kmph seam-up delivery.
He was resorting to the same tricks that I think, who was that? Mohammad Nawaz against India.
Yeah, Virat Kohli, which he did. So just have a look at that tab, Anurag, the one beside our live. Yeah, just go there. I think there might be some snippets that we might get into this. Yes. This is not the innings summary. Exactly. It isn't the innings summary at all. So Mitchell Marsh, kudos to him, second consecutive 50, second time he's hit 5 or more sixes. Remember, Mumbai 81, that had included 5 sixes even.
So just look at his overall numbers versus India and ODIs. 311 runs at an average of 103.66
and strike rate of
122.44. That's madness. That is utter madness.
Yep. And out of his 68 runs, he scored 60 of them in boundaries.
Exactly.
Total 66, sorry.
Total 66, domination and annihilation on the part of Marsh and Head.
Yep. Just 6 runs he ran.
Yeah.
All others, 66, 6 fours, 6 sixes. It was the unholiest of trinities if you have to look at it. So, India didn't stand a chance at all. The bowlers were absolutely decimated. Hardik Pandya got hit for 3 sixes in 1 over. Shami got hit for 6s.
Siraj got hit for 5 fours on the trot by Travis Head.
4 boundaries, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 5, but we'll have to check.
Yeah, 4 boundaries by Travis Head. And so, if we can actually go down, because
there's not that many overs. Yeah, exactly.
It was so short.
We can check.
So, go down. Yeah, 4 boundaries.
4 boundaries. No, keep going. Oh no, that was his.
That was it.
4 boundaries in the same over.
Yeah.
Madness.
If the WPL, why did the WPL not play a game today? Because they wanted to ensure that their broadcast
that the audience, exactly, so the audience isn't divided. Truth be told, I think if I am the WPL organizer, I'm like, yeah, nahi, chalo, tomorrow double header or whatever. No, you play one match today. As it is all in the same venue. People will want to watch something to forget about the fact that you've been absolutely hammered by Australia at home.
Exactly.
Why not just watch the,
Exactly. No, have they already shifted to IPL preparation? Because this seems like an IPL.
I mean, look, to be fair, right now the broadcasters were showing you had KL Rahul talking to Marcus Stoinis. So both LSG captain talking to one of his star players. I mean,
priorities, and that is what will happen.
What priorities? In the middle of the innings, the entire time, all they were doing was IPL this and IPL that. Priorities are very set.
No, but the problem is for the, you may say, 5th game out of 6 that we have had, 4 test matches and 2 ODIs. The audiences have been short-charged. Maybe Mumbai not so much. Mumbai at least.
Yeah, that was at least still a decent match.
Now looking at
this match, that match seems like a competitive, next level competitive match.
Exactly.
Everything flowed.
This was not competitive.
Not
it had no equal balance for batters and bowlers. It wasn't by any stretch of the imagination. So, see, over in 11 overs. 121 in 11 overs. If India would have made a feast or say dragged the game to 25 overs, I'm talking about only small glimpses of victory. Gotten Australia down to 4 or 5 down. Then at least you would have said, oh yeah, India ended on a high.
But again, they've scored their runs at a run rate of 11.
And look at the best economy rate. 8.3. He's the best batter. He's also the best bowler.
Why were we talking about dropping him again? I have no idea.
No. Can't drop him. And see, look at the one thing. You normally would have something in the wickets column.
There's nothing
There is nothing in the wickets
Nothing in the wickets column. You don't even have any good figures whatsoever that you can even think of putting them.
Yeah,
because your most economical bowler was going at 8.3.
8.3. So that is why, if I have to look at it, the man of the match should be Mitchell Starc because he set it up.
Yeah, I think most likely it has to be Starc, man.
And
come on.
looking at the way how Marsh and Head batted.
Marsh and Head will be your game changer and X factor, something or the other. Player of the match has to be Mitch Starc.
He had done the damage earlier, and that is why it is going to be a lot of questions will be asked.
In fact, we have a lot of questions coming in even here. You have Harish Madhisetti saying, no left arm seamer in the team who can swing. Is it a concern?
We'll all come to that. And there is a special request by Satish. Siddha, don't hold back. Need ICT roast today. Yeah, don't talk about roast and all. It reminds me of...
Yeah, it reminds us of food.
Exactly. Roast. We will roast the team. Okay. But even Rohit Sharma, when Mohammad Shami was trying to bowl short, which I didn't understand.
I didn't understand the tactic of trying to bowl short on a pitch which was giving you swing.
Exactly. And Rohit Sharma was saying, why aren't you getting it up?
If you have to bowl short, it has to be in and around the neck and head area for it to be troubling a batsman. Here it was climbing at a nice length. March is in the form of his life, swing, tonk 6.
Yep. And 234 balls. This is India's heaviest ever defeat in ODI history. 234 with balls remaining. It is the heaviest defeat ever in history.
Yeah, prior to this, you had New Zealand in 2019.
Yep. So, remember Hamilton? They were bowled out for 92.
Yeah.
I remember that game very, very well. But it was a very, very sad series for New Zealand because they lost 4-1.
I remember.
They were beaten 4-1 on an India team that was really building up.
All guns blazing at that point.
Yep. So let us just have a look at the 10 dismissals that happened. Okay. Nothing to dissect from Australia because they played the perfect game.
Exactly.
Okay. Shubman Gill started right at the top with a very, very loose shot. Lazy shot.
Yeah. Very.
Second, Rohit Sharma, bad shot under the circumstances. Then Surya Kumar Yadav got done.
Dealt an absolute peach but could have defended it.
Yes. So 2 out of 3 bad. Okay. Then you're looking at number 4, Hardik Pandya. Okay, technical deficiency. Okay, perhaps edge, but that catch.
But the catch. If there was any other fielder there, they probably wouldn't have gotten it.
Yep.
But Smith.
Yeah, KL Rahul. Okay, Shane, I'll let you tell that. KL Rahul.
I mean, it's the expected mode of dismissal. Left armer.
Virat Kohli. Bad shot. I'm sorry, he looked comfortable, but that same shot has gotten him into trouble every single time.
And the same problem that he'll have one lapse of concentration that will cost him.
Yes.
Just one lapse.
And now remember, Akshay Kiste, no, it wasn't a T20 match also. Much shorter.
It was a T36.
Yeah. Even it was somewhere between a T10 and a 100.
This is actually, if you're looking at it from a T20 perspective, it's a T20 hammering. Because 36 overs means one team bats out 20 and gets a low target, and the other team chases down in 16 overs.
Yes.
Looking at it like that.
Actually, if you look at it, it is more on terms with a T10 and a 100. It looks
Correct.
in the mix in mid. And then after that, you had Jadeja get out to a rather good ball, but okay, it hit his glove. Okay. Then the tail and Nikhil.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting the match to go that quickly.
Exactly. Nikhil was busy with other things, but then he figured out that what? The match is over.
The match is over.
So 234 balls remaining, the heaviest defeat for India in ODI history.
Really?
Yes.
234
in terms of balls
remaining.
remaining. It's the biggest loss they've ever had in history.
And I actually said, Akshay Kiste, it wasn't a T20 match. It looks like a mixture between a T10 and a 100.
The way the Aussies
11
were batting.
overs. 11 overs for 121.
That means they were batting at a run rate of exactly 11. 11.
Exactly.
So
Madness.
this also actually puts into perspective the kind of pitch that was on offer. It wasn't as bad
No.
bat on as, I mean, it did have some juice, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And just to give the benefit of the doubt to the Indian batsmen, they also got to bat at a time where, you know, it had been raining, and so you got the first chance to bat on there would be moisture around because of the rain.
Yes.
And the pitch also sweats once the sun comes out, and it had been under covers, I believe, for more than a day it had been raining. So I guess, okay, they got the tough condition, and but still, you know, the problem was application. So if you got tougher conditions, you could have. But I think the game-changing moment of the match is what you were saying, that
Virat Kohli.
no, the spell.
The spell, yes. Mitchell Starc.
Stark.
Yep.
Once he took care of the Indian top order.
It was always an uphill task for them.
Exactly.
But I still expect, see, what would have typically happened in a situation like that? He comes, takes care of the top order. So you lose early wickets, whatever, I mean, 30 for 5, whatever be the situation. I'm just going back because of that early juice, and you've got, you know, you've lost the toss, so got the wrong end of the stake. So you start. But what would typically teams do from there? Go on to bat sensibly from there on and get, let's say, 210 or, you know, 220.
Exactly.
And if the pitch eased out in the second half, as it did when Australia were batting, then okay, Australia would have chased it down in 35-40 overs. That would have been a typical acceptable sort of a performance, considering you got a bad, or you lost a toss and you got the worst conditions compared to that. But this sort of a thing where you just get 117 and the other team,
11 overs.
yeah, the 200 strike rate or 170, 180 strike rates, both of them.
I know. And you remember, I mean, see, it reminded me of that 2012 ODI that Pakistan was India in Chennai. They're also in a similar position, 29 for 5, a left armer in Junaid Khan and Mohammad Irfan troubling you. But look at the application that the lower order showed. Ashwin, Dhoni.
Dhoni, yeah.
And here, see, Akshar Patel showed you the way, didn't he? He was solid. He hit 2 sixes of Stark. Okay, that was because he was batting in the Malone, but he showed application. Where was the application from the rest? Because we are dissecting the shots. The top 3 out of the 4 fell to bad shots. Surya Kumar was the only guy who got a very, very good ball at the start.
So Akshar Patel soon will have a petition where I think he'll send it to everyone to sign that.
I can't be dropped.
No, I can't be dropped.
I need to bat higher up.
I need somebody to bat with me.
Yes.
Again,
And actually bowl with me also. He was your most economical bowler on the day.
Yeah.
8.3.
Yeah, but he'd be like he was undefeated again, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He didn't
Just
get out.
like the test series.
Just like the test series.
His petition is going to be, please,
Bat me higher up the order.
no, bat with me. Whenever you bat.
He didn't
Don't leave me stranded. That would be his petition.
See, he didn't take a single of the third ball. But he had to take a single of the fourth ball. He trusted Siraj, okay, 2 balls hanging
see
there.
out, yeah.
He got an LBW, but luckily it was missing, so Australia lost it. Next ball, Stark,
ball, absolute
leg cutter,
popper.
knocked him out.
Actually, you were talking about that Chennai game against Pakistan. It reminded me of that Wankhede game.
In 2020.
2020.
Oh, yeah,
It was
Warner
a
and Finch,
humiliation.
yeah.
This like here, they did not lose a wicket. They finished it off in 38 overs, but also the target that they were chasing was much higher.
Much higher. 250, I guess it was the target.
Compared to this. So pretty much because the same opposition. Imagine if it had come a game before in Marketing only, then it would have been a repeat. But 2 matches in a row, it's actually, okay, India won that first match. Just looking at the batting performance of that and this, it's actually left your batting order quite exposed. People are saying that, you know, most teams now across the world are going to be like, if you get helpful conditions, get one good left arm fast bowler.
And every top team has one left arm fast bowler.
And done. So the one not chink in the armor, the one Achilles heel that India has, every team that needs to do is get one good, especially a left armer that can bring the ball in and also take a few out. That's it, done and dusted.
As I'm saying, all teams have. We have Stark here. England will rely on a Reece Topley.
Or Sam Curran.
Or David Willey if they want to play him, all-rounder, another one who can be troubling. New Zealand will bring back Trent Bolt for the World Cup because of course they will. Shaheen is there. And by the way, Shaheen got his tail up now. Won a PSL, second PSL.
Yep. That
as captain.
Yes, Lahore Qalandars now join Islamabad United. Only teams to win the PSL twice.
Correct.
And also South Africa, if you look at it, there's Marco Jansen.
Yes.
And Wayne Parnell. West Indies also.
Sheldon Cottrell.
Cottrell.
Good in ODIs. No, ODIs he was...
Yeah, but yes. Cottrell did dismiss...
Obed McCoy.
Yep.
Yeah, so I needed damage.
Obed McCoy later half for Rajasthan last year was very good.
Pushpa. Yes. Then...
He did do that celebration.
Yeah, he did that, na?
Yeah.
I think it was a KKR game only, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yes. Don't remind me.
So, yeah, Roy SP, you got the sheer humiliation that you're losing in home conditions. I can't remember that bad a loss in some years. You have to go back to 2020, man, January.
But what he says is right. See, not a lot of ODIs to go now for the World Cup. How many are you?
15.
Doesn't matter. There's the IPL coming.
Yeah. That is the major thing. Yeah. See, heaviest defeat in ODIs.
By the way, the other thing, because just taking on from what Dex is saying, Marsh was murdering anything short with barbarity. But by the way, don't you think the Indian bowlers are guilty of bowling too short?
Exactly.
They were. Shami in particular.
Rohit was like saying...
But what is that? You guys
that means
on these pitches don't expect the other team also. Now the only way you can pick up wickets, common logic will tell you that pitch the ball up.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if it's a swinging ball, he's bowling it back of a good length or short. Yeah. Conventional wisdom says pitch it up. Let the ball do its work. Let
the short ball be as a surprise. Or if you've got a big total, you want to intimidate the batting. Okay, then because you got runs behind your back, you say okay. So 1 or 2 top edges, 4, 6s, it's okay, we have enough runs. Exactly. But we'll scare you and get you.
And also every short ball was going here. Batsman in form, he's seeing the ball here, he'll swing it.
No, and also the short ball tactic does not work for the likes of Green and Marsh.
Tall guys, yeah.
Unless they were spooked by Marsh's ability, because last match when they were pitching up to him,
he was tonking it. Yeah.
Those cover drives that he was hitting again and again, finding maybe that they saw the videos of it. This way we can't stop it. Let's go
short
to him. Just to realize now at the end of this game, can't even do that.
Now he has pushed his average against India to 103.
That's his average against India. In ODIs. Strike rate 122.
Man, and I mean that one shot that he hit of Shami. If anybody tried to catch it in the crowd,
they would have been
gone. His hand would have been broken.
It would have been a nice stinger on your hand.
Not a stinger. He hit it so hard, it was traveling like a missile, Scud missile.
And by the way, this is the first series that Marsh has actually full-time opened.
No, I think the last game was the first time he opened.
He's opened. Huh?
Yes.
Forget series. The last game was the first time he's opened. Now, if I'm David Warner, I'm like...
And especially if I sing...
no chance.
You have Travis Head. The most natural leg-for-leg replacement. Short guy, left-hander, also thumping it everywhere.
No, but you will have to persist with Head now.
Yeah, you have to because he's...
I think Warner's done.
Yeah,
see, test matches he's done.
Because
Yes, because unless they want to break Warner down so mentally, take him to the Ashes, expose him to Broad,
Anderson and Archer. All three of his nemesis.
But just as we were talking about a lot of Indian players, Warner also will be will get a lifeline with the IPL.
And he's captain of DC as well. Yeah.
So firstly, Though I was just going to say his captaincy is going to play, but it's happened with him where he was
Captain and got dropped also. Sent to the stands.
No, it was systematic demotion. Dropped as captain, then
Dropped
out
as
of the
player.
playing 11, then out of the 15.
sent to the stands.
Yes.
Sent to the stands to wave flags.
I know. That I mean, that's where I lost a bit of respect for Sunrisers Hyderabad. You could not have treated your marquee player who won you that 2016 IPL title.
Like that. Yeah, it was
You
a little
can't.
harsh.
I mean,
little harsh.
some kind of respect, a very amicable parting of ways. But I
Wasn't
guess it doesn't
amicable.
happen.
Doesn't. Not fairy tale endings.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't.
the problem.
Roy SP is saying, you might not have got the time to figure out DD versus RC. He's still on the DD.
Yeah,
Understatement. Might not have gotten
Might
time.
be a show after 22nd. You can include KKR 2008 too, which had
Correct.
Gale.
Correct. You had a lot of players
Okay,
who would
we'll
come in.
try and do a show. The team that underachieved the most, despite the fact having a superstar lineup, we have a few contenders.
yeah. Chennai
So
Super
we'll
Kings
do
also.
Which year?
Every year.
Come on, yaar.
9 finals they've
You won
lost.
4 titles.
9 finals.
So you made it to 9 finals.
But
And there were a lot of time teams that were put, or to be honest, nobody picked them to win, and they went and
yeah,
reached the
2010.
final round.
2010 was
many
the
times. Dad, Zami, they did.
that
so
was
they've overachieved.
2018.
Yeah, and there have also been years where they were favourites to win. 2012. Hat-trick of
2013.
titles. Hat-trick of titles.
Yeah,
Was denied.
2012, 2013, 2015, 2019.
19 was heartbreaking, I'm sure. Last ball.
Was
Yeah.
2 one-run losses. 2. One to RCB, where Shardul didn't take that early run because he was spooked by what happened in that game between RR and Kings 11.
What is Rohit Sharma saying after the loss?
He's
If
saying-
you lose a game, it is hard.
He's saying if you lose the game, it is just disappointing. So before the show, just a bit of context, we were discussing some other dry quotes on commentary by Michael Owen. So he says stuff like, when it rains, the pitch gets a bit wet. It's like that. When you lose, you're disappointed. We didn't apply ourselves with the bat. We didn't put enough runs on the board. It wasn't a 117 wicket. Didn't apply ourselves. We never allowed us to get the runs we wanted. Once we lost Shubman in the first over, myself and Virat got 30-35 runs. Then I lost my wicket and we lost a couple of wickets. Post that, Stark is a quality bowler. He's been doing it for Australia with the new ball. Kept bowling to his strength. Swung the new ball and took the odd ball away, and he kept the batters guessing. Marsh has to be one of the top players going around. He backs himself to do that every now and then. Definitely in top 3 and 4 when it comes to power hitting.
So two, apart from the usual cliche quotes, two really interesting points that he's making. One about Stark. I think this is what I was saying. So he bowled to his strength. As he says, swung the new ball, and I think the key point there he's talking about is how he took the ball away as well. So he kept the batters guessing. So I think that is one of the major reasons, and as we've been pointing out, I think that initial burst that he had when he picked up the early wicket, that is when the game was done. So that I think is an interesting bit. And the other bit, he says that Marsh has to be one of the top 3 batsmen in power hitting in the world right now. That's what he, would you agree, disagree, Rohit's assessment?
I mean, yes. I mean, I agree with Rohit because the way, the power that he's showing. And remember, Mitchell Marsh even in 2021, that World T20.
World T20, he was arguably their key player besides Warner.
Yeah. I mean, imagine on a slow, sluggish deck, which has got no pace, Saudi bowls a cutter, okay? Short cutter. Many people would struggle to get it past even mid-off or mid-on. This guy muscles it, one bounce long off.
And don't forget, this is a Mitch Marsh with a dodgy back because he can't bowl.
Yes.
Can you imagine if what he's like with a fully fit back?
Yeah.
Man. Then instead of 69 meters, you can get it to 99 meters.
Yeah.
That is the thing. But yeah, I do agree. I mean, if there is one other batter who can match him up for power, but he's not playing international cricket regularly, Andre Russell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think would be the one who can match him
Power.
pound for pound.
He got voted by one of the 2 broadcasters of IPL as the they did the awards, no?
Yeah.
The number 1 impact
Player, yes.
history of IPL.
Yep.
That's, you could argue also.
Yeah, you could. Because again, Gail de Villiers,
Yeah, but de Villiers wasn't a power hitter. He was a
Not
genius.
power hitter.
not power,
Yeah,
impact
saying the-
player.
Impact, yeah.
Like the one who's had the maximum impact.
yes.
in the league.
I totally agree with that.
I don't know. I mean,
Right,
he
you
came
could
much
debate
later.
that.
You've forgotten some old players that, for example, I don't know.
Because
I think someone like Ross Taylor, Suresh Raina.
Yeah.
If you're looking just at batsmen,
Ross Taylor-
maybe Raina could have been
I'm just saying,
on par.
one of them.
Raina.
Raina, yes, so just a consistent for
I mean,
CSK.
it was his contributions that allowed CSK to be such a force.
Yeah. In the middle order, that man was
But I
Mr.
think the
Dependable.
way how he changed the
David
entire
Warner over the years.
Warner.
Yeah,
I'm
Warner,
just saying over the
definitely.
years, because
Over the
you're looking
years.
at the maximum impact that someone may have had.
Gale.
Virat
Gale.
Kohli,
Virat Kohli, Chris Gale.
Virat. Yeah. Virat. 3-4 good seasons out of
3-4 great seasons.
great
no,
seasons.
but
yeah.
how many seasons will you pick for Dreras as well?
Yeah,
Exactly.
10 to 11 seasons.
10 to 11 seasons is what he's maybe played, and on that there were 2 or 3.
Odd seasons he had that impact.
He was in fact because
After he joined KKR, he's had that
Look
impact.
at that way, though. Virat's also great. I'm saying impactful season. How many will you?
impactful again 2-3 seasons. Because again, don't forget when he was signed by KKR, he had come off a rather disappointing stint with Delhi.
Yes.
Where he was mostly a bowling all-rounder, didn't get to bat much.
Yeah.
When he joined KKR, I remember reading this column by Gambhir, where he said the only reason we wanted to sign him was because we needed a backup to Jacques Kallis. Only reason.
Yes.
I mean, Jasprit Bumrah,
yeah.
that matter.
Bumrah,
Bumrah.
absolutely.
Yasit Malinga.
Yes.
Malinga.
Slinger Malinga.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
forgetting a lot of players had a lot of impact.
Yep.
You're looking at overall IPL.
I mean, Malinga is the inspiration for Bumrah.
Sunil Narayan.
Sunil Narayan.
Narayan, yes.
I still consider him, if you ask me, KKR's GOAT player, that man. Without a doubt.
For a T20 GOAT.
Yeah, no, T20s, yes, but I'm talking about just the team. Just the
KKR,
KKR
yeah.
team, him, Dreras, Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying a lot of players, when
Yeah.
you just look at so I think, there would be David Warner in the conversation for sure, Lasit Malinga for sure, Suresh Raina for sure. I'm just saying, if you had to give the award for the number one impact player in the history of IPL, there are lots.
Even there is Kyron Pollard.
Pollard could be.
How can we forget Pollard?
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
CSK will know him better because he's always hurt CSK. Always.
Karen Pollard.
Yeah, so Roy SP, yes, I agree with that second, unless you wanted to flex 9 finals.
He wanted to flex
No,
9.
but you have to read the question.
Yep.
Come on,
So
Sid.
Roy SP is like saying, come on, Sidby, 4 trophies ain't enough for you? No, it's not enough. Unless you wanted to flex 9 finals, which I did, because imagine that you won at least 4 or 5 out of those 9 finals. 8 or 9 IPL trophies.
Then you'd be like the Manchester United of IPL.
Yeah, or the Real Madrid of IPL.
No, but Real Madrid still have a Barcelona who come close.
Boy.
There's not much of a
Yeah,
gap.
CSK will pace an extra pacer as they can't adjust Patirana in the 11. But with you playing 8 games in Chepauk, I don't think you will need extra pace options because we don't know who's the replacement for Kyle Jamieson yet. They are saying
Coetzee.
that Namibian guy Gerard Coetzee, but I don't know.
We don't know
We
yet.
really don't know. I think they will take a decision probably around next couple of days. I think by 25th, I think they should take a decision by. So.
Let's try and answer Harish Madisetti's question. Is it bad luck for Sky or ODI doesn't suit him? How many more chances? Is number 4 spot still open? Everyone.
Bad luck.
I had asked you how many more chances.
Bad luck, no. Good ball and poor shot, sure. I wouldn't say it's luck. Because again, you can't say Stark bowling a ball that unplayable is luck. We know Stark can do it. But I think, I don't think ODIs don't suit him, but generally, yes, he's not been able to impose himself the same way on ODIs the way he's had in T20s. How many more chances? I think he still has some way to go.
I think in terms of how long, I mean, it's not bad luck. Everything can't be luck. Today he got a good ball, but every time it cannot be luck. So he needs to really improve his performance there. How many more chances is an interesting question, because I think right now they're not thinking of getting rid of him. Also, it's kind of easy with Shreyas Iyer injured and all of that. So it's easy to slot into the 11. Now, what does the future hold for him? I think now this series, of course, he's playing. Now, the good thing is for, let's say, someone like a Sky, there's a break of IPL. So whatever happens in the IPL, and you, like law of averages will tell you that he'd do decently well in the IPL. What that does is, it's a different format, but what you do in the IPL is on top of your mind. When you select the next ODI team, you will look at IPL performances, where you will go with Surya Kumar Yadav. Now, when he comes there, I think the series following that if not one, at least 2 series are going to be crucial for him to cement that spot. If he was not to get runs there, then I think he'd struggle to make the 11, because by that time Shreyas Iyer would be fit. Who knows, Sanju Samson comes back into the mix. So look at another.
But then isn't it too late then? Because you're going to play West Indies after this. Then Asia Cup, Australia, that's it.
Too late would be if you're just going to go thinking out of the box. Even now, I think you'd have those 15 odd players you're changing in. Even now, Sky is not guaranteed. So it's not that, he's number 3 like Virat Kohli, and so you're fixed and last moment changer. Right now, you're experimenting with him. There's no Shreyas Iyer. So I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. And even if he goes out, you'd probably go with someone who you've been playing recently. Right? So I don't think be too much of an issue that way. But I think there's no immediate pressure on him, is what I feel.
Yeah.
He has to, yes, of course, get runs, but his IPL performances, then followed by IPL, he will make the ODI thing. And I think the next games after that, when you, let's say, play West Indies and so on, I think that's where he'll be judged.
Yes.
And if he slips there, then I think he may not be out of the 15, but may miss out on the 11.
On the 11.
Where then somebody else is. I think that's how it will be.
Because even for a backup, say, okay, Iyer, worst case scenario, I mean, unfortunately, if he goes under the knife, then you're seeing at least 3 to 4 months he'll be out, which rules him out even for the Asia Cup. But then, if Sanju Samson has to come, that's what they're touting as the backup to a backup. When does he get the right amount of opportunities in order to be ready for the World Cup?
I think that you're right what you're saying, that you should, but I don't think it works like that, because now look at Indian cricket. If they were so obsessed, 2019, just go back, we keep talking about it. Raidu kept playing, you changed it. Then you changed multiple number 4s during that tournament. So I mean, you would ideally want a set thing, and I think if you ask the Indian team, you want an ideally set 11, they would want a Surya Kumar there. But if he's not getting runs, then you'd be forced to make a late change, I think. So.
Yep. Divyanshu Luthra is like asking us, lot of players had lot of impact in IPL. Best way is to divide into 3 phases and see who had most impact in IPL. 15 years, so 5 years.
Yeah, but why divide it into 5? If someone's had an impact for 10 years, then let's take it. That's why I got like a name of
Kohli, Gale, Rana.
Very interesting thing. We can do a show on it. Maybe
we can
get out the numbers and.
I think it hasn't built up to the IPL since it's not that far now.
Yeah, you've got about 11 days to go. 31st is the match. Yeah, GT versus CSK.
Pradeep Srivalsan wants to know, have you guys seen Dhoni's biceps in this season, and CSK will win? Will he retire and coach CSK? Chennai will be spin friendly. Australia winning too many questions.
Let's start many questions.
One. Have you seen Dhoni's biceps? Yes. By the way, those are not new. It's just that image came out like that. He's become a bit muscular last 3-4 years, which is when, if you realize, he lost a lot of weight and he started doing a lot of gym. Now he has a gym in his farmhouse and a very nice gym at the Ranchi Cricket Stadium as well. So he visits that very often, does gymming. He has a trainer, plays a lot of badminton. So he's keeping himself fit. He's changed from the butter chicken naan loving guy to now this fitness freak. As he's aging, he's realizing that, when you're a little younger, a lot of things you could go by in terms of playing continuous cricket and then still be injury free. But as you age, you really need to look after your body then to not be injury free. So, and as for will he retire after this or not? I mean, I went and met him just before he was leaving for his camp for IPL, and I did speak to him about that. But if you want to know in detail what his future plan is, you'll have to check out that video. So that video is on Sports Today. You can search how MS Dhoni is preparing for the IPL. In that he explains whether this is his last IPL or not. So you check that video out also. Will Chennai be a spin friendly track?
Yes.
Unanimous, I think.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. See, for this ODI, the pitch that we prepared will be different because it has been raining in Chennai also. So as April, May approaches in Chennai, it's going to be a dead spinning deck, and spinners are only going to dominate there. So you've got 3 spinners in the CSK team: Moin, Jaddu, Tikshana. That's it. That's your 3 left armers and the 3 spinners in that. You'll play Deepak Chahar and one more pacer maybe. Only you may just play with one pacer and 4 spinners also. That's how spin friendly Chennai is.
Final question is an interesting one. Australia winning this 2-1?
Won't rule it out.
Wouldn't rule it out, yeah. Because when they last played in
Don't be
2017.
diplomatic. Yes, no.
No.
Yes.
So India winning.
Yeah.
I say Australia could win. Yeah.
Interesting. I'd also go with Australia.
Again, momentum is always key in such
And if you
series.
look at it, both games, yes, India won the second game, but just marginally. There's a partnership, and they've actually only had one bad game in terms of batting. Australia, that too, I think they committed harakiri with the way they started in that first ODI. Also,
Yes.
should have put up a winning total. So overall, if I was to look at both games, I think Australia has looked as the better team. So
Yeah.
and much more balanced.
Also, 2019, did they not have a comeback win in that ODI series?
Yeah, they lost in
3-2,
Mumbai. Yeah. No, you're about 2020 or 2019?
19, before the World Cup.
Yeah, 3-2.
3-2. I remember that Ashton Turner match.
Yeah. See, India had won in Nagpur and in the second ODI. They lost it in Ranchi, which was at Cap ODI, where Kohli scored his last ODI ton in India
Before,
after that 3 years later. Then fourth, you lost in Ashton Turner, that
Mohali. if I'm not wrong.
Mohali, and you lost in Delhi.
By the way, our colors are so off. Just look at it. It looks like yellow. This thing.
Oh yeah.
That happens.
Off. Why are colors so off? By the way,
This bat.
this bat.
Yeah. We didn't touch it.
Blessed
All
bat.
these-
We haven't touched it.
Have you told?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special.
Yes.
This-
It's touched by
Yeah.
God.
God. So it was
God
here
touched
we.
it and recreated that 2003 uppercut he hit of Shoaib Akhtar, that iconic shot which many considered as the greatest. Now the one that competes to it is the Virat Kohli sixth.
Oh, yeah,
that he
that-
hit,
Haris Rauf.
Haris
Melbourne.
Rauf. So that's the next shot that has come and has been discussed in the same breath as the Sachin Tendulkar uppercut from 2003.
Yeah.
So Sachin Tendulkar recreated that using this exact bat.
Yes.
It went from the Sports Today studio to
Yep.
Sachin Tendulkar's hands.
And we mentioned it also that the bat is here, the place where this is his holy ground. So we mentioned all that when.
Yes.
Yes. But unfortunately, why did he not sign it?
I thought maybe later, I mean, yeah, could have
actually,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
didn't think
Because
of it.
then instead of here, we would have had a separate glass this thing and framed it. I mean, it is a priceless
Oh, yeah, of course.
possession, man. I mean, anything of Sachin or Dhoni or Virat, you would want to cherish it for the rest of your
I
life.
have a Sachin and AB de Villiers and all of them, their bat signed.
Nice.
Wow. But yes,
I have a spare one also, lying at home, which I will gift to somebody someday.
wow. But yeah, Sachin Tendulkar, I mean, I recollect 6 years back also in a different summit. It was the same vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, for people who got a chance to be with him, interaction. But was that interaction much more open than this one? I thought this was much more open.
So the biggest challenge was that I had done now 3 conclaves with him.
Yes.
One was HT, then one was Hindu.
Hindu.
which I did in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Their thing is called Huddle, I think.
Huddle, yes.
And then now, so the biggest challenge for me was like, how do I ask him beyond the two? Now I can't repeat anything that's been done.
Exactly.
Yeah, twice. And thirdly, there's nothing that you ask him which people already don't know. So how?
You know, it was the biggest problem for print and digital journalists. What new can we write about Sachin?
Exactly.
Because every single aspect of his life has been in the
covered.
open.
Threadbare, yeah.
Threadbare.
So I really had to dig deep into finding ways to keep it engaging, because if I had done the same thing, 248 in Sydney, how did you not play a cover drive?
Cover drive.
I know.
People would have like thrown some tomatoes from the audience.
I know. But that 17th March was the clincher. He had scored a ton in Baroda also against South Africa.
Because he said, after I asked him all that, which I found very tough, but he knew all of that. And for him it was easy. So I was like, now I have to change it.
I know. See, his mind's like Chacha Chaudhary, faster than a computer.
And 17 March, as I said, 24 years he played. There were a few 17 Marches. And to remember, but that was the only one where he stuttered a bit. But once you told the opposition, he
he got, no?
Yeah, because he was serious. I got 100 against South Africa.
No, he said, I said 17th March you got 100. He's like, itna bhi I'm not. Give me some more. Then I said, what do you want, opposition or venue? He said, say opposition. And I said, South Africa. Then he's like, Vadodara.
Yes. Hey, he's a computer.
No, certain things was like, and like when that video, now it's a lot of people just gone viral. So I saw a few comments of people are like, "Arey, these are easy innings. Everyone know. I'm sorry, but sir, I also know a lot of his dismissals. I didn't know a lot of these. If you ask me, 2003 how he got out, I'll know because it's an iconic inning. Like Arthur Bonseman got him like that. You ask him about his 100 or 200 when he got, I'll know all of that. Or like big games like, Sri Lanka semi-final 96, bowled behind his legs,
stumped by Kalu.
With Kalu. So all of this you remember. But like Lord's match where he got 10 runs.
Or some bilateral against Zimbabwe where he got out,
Yeah.
How do you remember? But he does.
And so those are the ones I asked. And I mean, how is that easy? I don't know.
No, that's
People
not.
said that's easy. So there's some place he got 10, some place he got 37, some place he got 74. Exactly. How is it that he's supposed to? How is that?
All those
easy?
Criticizing you probably are big Sachin fans who know it all, perhaps.
No, but nobody can.
Yeah.
I'm also a big Sachin fan. You're also a big Sachin fan.
We're all big Sachin fans.
But I am just knowing all his 781 innings, where he must have been about dismissed 700 times, close to not outs. Kitna hoga? I'm just rough. Can't remember. Nobody I can challenge anybody who. Tell me, how big a fan you are.
Yeah.
Will you remember any innings I pick out? Won't. Nope. Because he lived it, and I think the only reason he remembers, you have to have a great memory. Only reason he remembers because he was such a perfectionist. I'm sure he went back after every decision and thought about it.
Yes.
For like days, and so that's why it stayed in his mind. Why did I do that, or why did I have to do this? I should have done this. That's why.
Yeah, normally, when I first met Sachin, it was like rare opportunity. I thought first reaction was, are you kidding me? Really? That was my first reaction. Then I came, okay, time had come, I had to get him from his room and to the hall. I don't know, my heart was beating very rapidly. Why am I feeling so anxious and nervous? When he greets you with a smile, and I said, okay, I am with a guy who changed Indian cricket. He wasn't an individual, sport. He was an emotion in itself.
Like you, who all got chance this time? There was Jay,
there was Saransh,
there was Arun.
Yeah, their lives will change.
Like you.
Yeah. And
I think Arun was telling me later. He said that I can't believe he's so humble. I can't believe that he actually is paying attention to what I'm saying. A lot of time it is just
yes.
I'm talking
and I think there's one more thing. Whoever he meets also, he never forgets, I guess. Even random people?
No.
Not possible. He would have met hundreds of millions of people.
No, he doesn't. He has to be reminded, because those things also I've seen. A lot of people have come, I interviewed you at so and so time, so you have to show him, and then he'll. So his innings memory, if you look at the session, I also showed him some of those pictures.
Yes.
Which he didn't recollect. For example, the Ranveer thing, he can't recollect where.
With his father, right? Ranveer Singh with his father.
With his father.
Yes, it was his father.
He can't recollect all of that. But then later he says, because somebody told him that this is, but he can't recollect that meeting.
Yes.
Because at that time Ranveer Singh was just an ordinary fan.
Exactly.
He hadn't tried. So he can't recollect where it happened.
Yes.
Somebody many years later told him that this was etc. Maybe Ranveer himself or something like that. So his memory is not great with everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to his cricketing innings, yes.
Because that's what I'm saying. Why?
He lived it.
And he must have spent hours just why? Why did I have to play that? Why did the ball? Because of that.
So Arco Ray is saying with a career strike rate of 25 balls per wicket, and with most wickets in the 2015 and 2019 World Cup, where would Stark feature in a discussion of all-time ODI greats?
Too early, no, I think.
Let his career get over, but modern day great you can already crown him.
The fastest two, I think.
He's a World Cup winner also.
Exactly.
2015.
And was star man in the final.
Yes.
Got Baz.
Biggest wicket.
Got
I
Baz.
was there at the ground.
Get Baz, get the
I
match.
came to the ground with so much expectation, and that wicket.
It's like, okay,
I was like,
done.
done.
There
Back
goes
up.
expectations.
7 for 33 collapse. 7 for 33.
But he's there. But I mean, all-time ODI greats. I don't know. I mean,
See, he's right up there, but let us take a look after 2023.
already I'll pick players ahead of him. There'll be a Glenn McGrath. There'll be a Wasim Akram.
Exactly.
There'll be a Waqar Younis.
Wakar.
You can't.
And if you talk modern day, someone like a Zahir comes up there, it's hard. It's
In
hard.
fact, I'll tell you again, off-camera conversation with Sachin just now. We just got talking about this. So I asked him about Wasim and Waqar. Faced them with their pomp.
course.
So who was tougher? And he said, I can't even. I can't pick one because both were like impossible. He said they were, and he said their mastery over reverse swing was
Next level.
Next level. I mean, I read one particular quote by Pakistan. I think it was Osman Samiuddin. He said like Waqar was like this nuclear bomb waiting to go off, and Akram would be like the samurai slicing through.
With Wasim, I always remember one story which Brett Lee gave. Now, this is Brett Lee. He had joined KKR when they did a full squad revamp with Gambhir as captain. Bowling coach at that time was still Wasim Akram. Fully new squad. And first, one of the early days of training, and Jacques Callis is batting. Again, he was the first class all-rounder. He's batting and he's telling all the guys, come on, just try getting me out. Just try. No one's able to do it. And that KKR team had the likes of Brett Lee, Lakshmi Balaji, all guys who have played international. No one's able to crack this man's defense. Wasim, whilst wearing loafers, like 1, 2, 3 balls, job is done. And this is a Wasim who's well past his retirement age, coaching. 3 balls with a 4-5 step run up.
Even recently, they played about a year or 2 years ago in England.
Yeah.
They were just the commentators were just doing something. So Michael Atherton came to play.
Yeah.
First ball, Wasim bowled him just 2 steps he took
And bus.
incoming.
No, I saw even that bushfire charity game where even Sachin played in Australia.
Early 2020.
Akram got the ball to swing in, and that guy was too late on the shot, bowled. And genius. I mean, if there is a genius for spin in Shane Warne,
Then Wasim with the seam. Oh my
made
god.
left arm bowling
Look so graceful.
Yeah. Genius. Without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If there are lots of all-time, and I don't think Starks made the cut there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back before the Big Bird, so
Joel Garner.
Curtly Ambrose.
Walsh.
I'd put in white ball a test match. Yes, Walsh and Ambrose there, but in white ball I'd put Ambrose.
That's
what I'm saying. So because he was only talking 1 day, that's why. So there are a lot of those.
Dean Jones made the biggest mistake of his life.
Ask him to remove.
And anyway, Mitchell Stark's idol is a certain Wasim Akram.
It has to be. So I don't think he even makes it to my list of top 5 for the moment.
Yeah, the numbers may be good, but we'll wait on Stark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. Mr. Shaker from the US is asking, Nick sir, why any margin for the batters? In a World Cup, if this happens against a left armer, would you again defend? This has been the story since CT17 versus lefties.
No. So Mr. Shaker, I have not given any margin to the batters. I said, in fact, it's time for the Indian batting to introspect. It's happened now 2 games in a row. You've been found wanting. You've been left exposed that when something is happening, you've been unable to cope with that situation. Yes, you won that game, but as I said, just barely at that. One partnership that you really apply. So it is something for the Indian team to think. Just that why you wouldn't worry too much is that's not the pitches that you're going to get at the Asia Cup or the World Cup. And I think those tournaments matter more. Got it here, you won't, and India would do well. The larger thing, as I said, I would like these pitches, I know, but they're not going to be there. So, but no sort of leeway for the batsmen at all. They need. I said that without naming anybody, but we sometimes regard players like top notch, world class, all of that. Most of those performances come on, and in white ball I'm talking about, come on really flat decks where you know exactly the bowler is not going to be able to deceive you. Now the game is that I know that length I'm going to hit here, that length I'll hit here, that line I'll hit here, that line. You know that. Now improvise and you mesmerize the crowd with the improvisation, the big hits, big sixes. People are happy. So you've excelled at that, but have you found a way when the conditions are not helping you to find a way to score runs? That's another art which now slowly is getting lost because you're not having pitches or conditions or environment to go. So.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Alak Singh is saying, can India promote Aksar at 4 to counter Stark?
They should have done that with Jadeja today.
Yeah, why not? I mean, break the monotony of just, 6 right-handers. It's a great suggestion, I would say.
Not a bad option.
It's a great suggestion.
Chalo.
Last Harsh Khatri.
Okay.
Guys, this is a one-off.
This is no
one-off. This is no one-off. You're sorry. This is exactly what will happen in a semi or a final. Yeah, the hurt. 10 years of hurt.
He's feeling it. Harsh Khatri.
Shami and Siraj are our main ODI bowlers. They don't have the extra yard of pace.
No. So today, I don't think pace would really help you. Come on, Shami, just the last game.
He was winning you a match. Yeah.
No, I think they are good bowlers. I think they are amongst the best in the world. Let's be honest. The conditions kind of ease off in the second innings.
Yeah.
But I think where conditions are going to be helpful, Shami and Siraj are going to trouble any batting lineup in the world.
Yes.
In fact, this is a one-off of what Australia did. It's not going to happen all the time.
Yep. And signs of it need Umran against attacking cricket.
You can bring an Umran in, as I said, but for that to happen, you need to get a Washington Sundar
Yes.
and a Jadeja playing. Then you need to remove a spinner.
Then you can play those three
Then you can
paces.
play these three together.
Absolutely.
So your batting is sorted, your bowling options are sorted.
Yep. Technically, at this time, we should have been discussing the first innings. But yes, the match is over. 37 overs, 234 balls remaining, the heaviest defeat for India. We head into Chepauk now, 3 days later, Wednesday, the series decider, 1-1. And let's hope whether it will be India coming out on tops before the IPL or will Australia have the bragging rights?
As Pradyuman Singh says it and sums it up best, Gaya aaj ka dugout. He's right. Because this is the dugout.
This is the dugout.
It happened at the same time.
Yes.
Anyway, dugout wouldn't have happened because we were
Middle of the
in
match.
innings or something like that. So,
Yep.
but tomorrow, Monday, start of a fresh week. Dugout is going to come there.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be there.
Look
So,
forward to your company then.
Absolutely.
yep. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today.
Have a good Sunday. What else is sporting action? Any football fans? Today's El Clasico.
Today's El Clasico, late night. Arsenal Palace is today. Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, FA Cup, right?
Whoa, lot of.
United who?
There's
Fulham, right.
F1 Grand Prix and the El Clasico, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Plenty of stuff coming.
Plenty of stuff. So
Jeddah Cornish.
check that out.
Yep. Thank you. Bye bye. Vanakkam.